breaking bombshell. Samantha Markle has finally spoken out about the rumors that Meghan had a hysterectomy at 28, a surgery that could rewrite the entire story of Archie and Lilibet. Timelines don't add up, questions are exploding, and this is the truth no one wanted exposed. Stay with us. Good evening, and welcome to Royal Daily Report, where we uncover the stories others won't touch. Tonight, we dive into Samantha Markle's shocking revelations about her sister, Meghan, and what they could mean for the Sussex children. If you're new here, hit subscribe now to Royal Daily Report, turn on notifications, and join us for daily royal exclusives. Channel name on screen. Royal Daily Report. Let's get straight into it. For years, Meghan Markle's story has been covered in sparkle mystery and the kind of quiet that makes people want to know more. But this time, the quiet was broken by someone no one expected. Samantha Markle, Meghan's own sister, finally came forward. She didn't come with anger or gossip, but with something much more powerful, the truth. She talked about rumors that had been going around for years. Rumors that Meghan might have had a hysterectomy when she was just 28 years old, a surgery that changes everything, a surgery that could change the whole story of Archie and Lilibet, and every weird moment that left people confused and full of questions. Samantha didn't shout. She didn't make things bigger than they were. She simply said, people need to look at the dates and timeline. Nothing makes sense unless you know the truth. And just like that, the door opened a little bit. Behind it was a story about pregnancies that didn't act like normal pregnancies, children who stayed away from the public eye, and an article that said something big but gave no real proof. Tonight, we walk through that door. We need to understand that as questions got louder about Archie and Lilibet, people noticed something odd. Every path, every rumor, every timeline, every confusing moment seemed to point to the same thing: surrogacy. Now, in most families, surrogacy isn't a secret or something bad. It's a wonderful solution for parents who can't carry a baby themselves. People celebrate it. They talk about it in the open. They respect the woman who helped bring the child into the world. But Meghan wasn't just any woman, and her world wasn't just any world. Inside the royal family, bloodlines are treated like precious treasure. Everything is counted, tracked, and written down. Who is born, to whom, how, and where, it all matters. Not just for tradition, but for who gets to be next in line for the throne. If a royal child is not born from the mother's body, questions show up like dark clouds. Are they in the line of succession? Can they get royal titles? Are they legally considered royal children? For Meghan, whose whole public image had become a mix of glamour, breaking rules, and being in control, admitting to surrogacy would be like showing a crack in a perfect glass sculpture. And if Samantha Markle was right, if Meghan really did have a hysterectomy at 28, then every pregnancy after that wasn't just private, was impossible. That's when the rumor changed from small talk to something serious. The children may exist, but did Meghan actually give birth to them? That question became the center of the mystery, and the more people looked into it, the less the story made sense. And here is where this story gets really interesting. After years of rumors, silence, and strange timelines, a new voice entered the picture. A woman the world had never seen before. She calls herself DL. No blurred face, no disguise, no shaky voice, just calm and clear. And her first sentence changed everything. I carried Archie, and I carried Lilibet. DL says she wasn't just a donor or a helper. She was the full surrogate, the woman who actually experienced the pregnancies. While Meghan appeared in public with a baby bump, DL says the bump never belonged to Meghan. She says she was promised privacy and protection, but instead she was treated like a thing. I wasn't treated like a mother, DL says. I wasn't treated like a woman. I was treated like a container, and now she is done staying quiet. DL didn't just come with a story. She came with proof. Appointment records, embryo implantation schedules, doctor signatures, progress notes, all with dates, all stamped, all matching up with Meghan's public pregnancy announcements. These documents, which DL says came from a former worker at a Beverly Hills fertility clinic, matched the entire royal pregnancy timeline almost perfectly. Then she explained how it started. Late 2018, the exact moment Harry and Meghan told the world they were expecting Archie. But according to DL, that pregnancy was happening inside her, not Meghan. And the more she explained the private meetings, the contract, the secrecy, the clearer the picture became. There were two pregnancies. two filled with happy photos and stylish maternity clothes, to the hidden one happening inside a clinic inside DL's body. They ran side by side, and only one of them was real. Don't forget to subscribe to Royal Daily Report for more exclusive royal updates. DL revealed the part of the story no one had ever thought about: the actual medical timeline. She says she was contacted only weeks after the royal wedding, brought through private entrances, given a thick contract about secrecy and staying anonymous, and placed into a detailed medical program run very carefully. Every date, every appointment, every procedure matched up with Meghan's public pregnancy journey. DL says the IVF cycle started before the public announcement. Implantation happened close to when the royal press release went out. Her first trimester symptoms matched Meghan's first public baby bump appearance. Her due dates matched up with Archie and Lilibet's reported births. But here's the moment that hit the hardest. According to DL, the contract was designed to erase her completely. No photos, no claims, no voice. A pregnancy happening in secret, while another pregnancy was being shown in public. One woman carrying the child, another woman pretending to be pregnant. Two stories, one truth, and for the first time, DL was ready to say it out loud. DL didn't just talk, she brought proof. Two ultrasound files, both marked with her patient ID, both showing pregnancies that matched Archie in 2019 and Lilibet in 2020, almost to the exact day. No guessing, no speculation, just medical dates that lined up with Meghan's public announcements like puzzle pieces fitting together. Then came the money. Bank statements showing quiet wire transfers sent through shell companies. DL says these were payments connected to her agreement. Payments, she claims, were never fully given to her. The pattern was clear. Same days each month, similar amounts, and all traced back to financial managers connected to Meghan and Harry's circle. But the biggest piece of evidence was the sealed NDA-thick document stamped in bold letters demanding silence forever. DL says it came with threats, financial ruin if she ever spoke. But according to her lawyers, parts of it couldn't even be enforced outside the United States. That small loophole is the only reason she's speaking now. And then came the moment that shocked everyone. DL said she was ready for a public DNA test on camera. No editing, no private labs. A test comparing her DNA directly to Archie and Lilibet. If I'm lying, she said, you'll know in minutes. No celebrity, no royal, no PR team could ignore a challenge like that. Now that DL had told her side, old footage started to look different. Like the famous moment where Meghan bent forward and her baby bump folded sharply, almost like fabric collapsing. At the time, people ignored it. A weird angle, a strange dress, but with DL's claims on the table, that moment suddenly made sense. It wasn't her pregnancy, DL said. It couldn't be. It was mine. Then there was the birth itself. No hospital sighting, no rush of cars, no medical staff waving at cameras, no royal photo opportunity, the kind William and Kate did every single time. Instead, Harry stood near horse stables, announcing Archie's birth like it was a school presentation. Awkward, nervous, confused. Back then, it felt strange. Now, it felt intentional because a woman can hide a pregnancy, but she cannot hide labor. If Meghan never entered a maternity hospital, then the silence wasn't about privacy. It was protection. Protection of a storyline the world wasn't supposed to question. Until this point, people thought Harry was just following Meghan's lead. But DL changed that completely. She said Harry wasn't clueless. He wasn't tricked. He wasn't left in the dark. He attended appointments. DL said he signed documents. He met me. He approved everything. In her words, he looked me in the eye. It turned the whole story upside down, because if Harry was involved from day one, then this wasn't Meghan's secret. It was their secret. And according to insiders, Harry is now breaking under the weight of it, snapping at staff, cutting off old friends, constantly checking for leaks, living in fear he can't escape. Sources whisper that he never meant for things to go this far, that the line between protecting Meghan and lying to the world disappeared faster than he expected. Now, the prince who wanted privacy is drowning in the results of silence. And this is only the beginning. While Meghan and Harry stayed silent, the palace did not. Behind the scenes, advisors, lawyers, and constitutional experts were suddenly pulled into quiet meetings. Not because of gossip, but because of DL's evidence. Royal succession rules are simple and strict. An heir must be born from the mother's body. If a surrogate is used, it must be officially declared. No secrets, no shortcuts. But Archie and Lilibet were given royal titles and places in the line of succession. If DL is telling the truth, then no official surrogacy was ever declared. That isn't a scandal, that is a constitutional crisis, a child's status, a royal bloodline. And centuries of rules could all fall apart because of one hidden pregnancy arrangement. Sir Edward Lane, the late Queen's longtime press secretary, broke years of silence just to say one thing: the danger is not the surrogacy, the danger is the lying. And that is exactly what the palace fears most. For the monarchy, image is survival. Trust is everything. But DL's claims threaten both. Behind closed doors, palace officials are now asking questions they hoped they would never have to ask. Were documents changed? Did anyone inside know about the surrogacy? Was the line of succession put at risk? And how do you correct a royal record once it's been publicly sealed? These questions are not about gossip. They are about legitimacy. If the public ever believes a royal birth was staged, faked, or hidden, the damage isn't temporary. It attacks the monarchy's foundation, the idea that bloodlines matter. Even now, advisors fear the worst-case scenario. If DL's claims prove true, Archie and Lilibet's royal positions could be challenged. Not because of who they are, but because of how they came into the world. The palace isn't panicking publicly, but the silence feels heavy. The kind that means something is breaking underneath. DL didn't step forward to tell a sad story. She stepped forward to expose what she calls the truth. And she's not stopping. She has more documents ready, more interviews lined up, more networks calling, more lawyers preparing statements. And the biggest weapon in her hand is the one Meghan and Harry cannot ignore: her DNA challenge. No PR spin, no palace statement, no distraction can erase a public DNA test. DL says she is prepared to do it live, with cameras rolling and independent experts present. If I'm lying, she says, the world will know. But if I'm not, they will have to explain everything. Meanwhile, Meghan's PR team is frozen. Harry is falling apart, and the palace is trying to figure out how to contain a story that has already escaped the walls. DL was supposed to be a secret. Now she might be the most important voice in the Sussex timeline. Every secret eventually breaks. This one is splitting in real time. DL's documents the medical timeline, the ultrasound records, the financial trail, the NDA, the DNA challenge, Harry's involvement, Meghan's silence, the palace's panic. The monarchy's rules, all these pieces are now colliding, and the outcome is no longer something anyone can control. If this scandal continues, it won't end with a shiny magazine cover or a carefully staged interview. It will end in a room with lawyers, sworn statements, and questions no one will be able to avoid. Because once a story reaches this level, there is no going back. The fairy tale isn't fading, it's collapsing. And the next chapter won't be written by Meghan, Harry, or even the palace. It will be written by the truth itself. And the truth is already knocking on the door. That's our full investigation for today from Royal Daily Report. Samantha Markle's words, DL's evidence, and a secret that could shake the monarchy. What do you think? Is this the truth behind Archie and Lilibet? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this shocking report hit hard, subscribe now to Royal Daily Report. Hit the bell for notifications, like this video, and share it with friends who want the real royal truth. We'll continue following every development. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay critical. Royal Daily Report, signing off. See you next time.